I thought I'd make a video on helping people add detail, or at least giving some tips to add detail to your modeling. Well, the first thing you want to do is, well, at least helps anyway, is at least get a good pair of, paint brushes. And I mean, if you don't have, the money for them, or you just don't feel like it, that's fine. But they really do help if you, if you do have money. You think it's a great idea to invest in them. So in other words, if they look like this, where it's like the paint's falling off of them, and the tip's like a stub, not really a tip, and it's held by duct tape. Time to get some new brushes. Another thing that helps is, instead of just paying for large quantities of paint, especially in a hobby store or even in Games Workshop, it can be quite expensive. So I suggest thinking of a common army theme, so picking 4, maybe 5 colors, and I mean, it could be less than that, but what that does is it helps you save a lot of money. And actually, even just 3 to 5 colors still looks great. For instance, I went for this Tyranid army, I just picked 5 colors, and I picked blood red, black, enchanted blue, white, and rotting flesh, and I used that theme throughout my whole entire army. So this selector, for instance, he's all those 5 colors, and then I kept using those 5 colors. For the Gene Stealer, took the same colors, and here's the Hive Tyrant. So it helps you save money, and it still looks great, and also it looks nice too. Whenever, I mean, you can paint your models whatever you want, but it looks always really nice in unison. For instance, whenever everything is a common color theme, your army looks great and stands out as a whole rather than the individual models. Another thing to do is, if you get spray paint. Spray paint's awesome. It's real cheap. I mean, I paid like $2 for this instead of buying 5 of these black, actual little ones. And spray paint, it helps a lot with bringing out detail, and it also saves on black. So if you're going to use black, it helps. And also, also if you're thinking oh, how do they get that crazy detail in there and help bring out the model? Well, that's a great solution, helping people achieve that. Don't douse it though, and on the model, because you do lose detail when you do that. But if you just lightly go over it, it helps. Another great suggestion is to just buy the codex. I know I've mentioned this before in the other videos I've done, but this is for instance, the Beast of Chaos Codex for Fantasy, and in here they just have pages of not just the rules and everything, but they have pages and pictures of certain models and painting tips. For instance, these 2 pages, they're painting beasts and painting monsters, and they have how they painted their trolls and how they painted their minotaurs and all that stuff. So it actually is pretty effective. It really is, in help determining tips and stuff, and maybe how you want to paint your army. Another suggestion is, if you have Dawn of War 2 or even Dark Crusade or something, go in there and fool around on the army painter and just make an army that you think looks cool, that you're attracted to. So if you're interested in Necrons, for instance, and you just fool around, pick the colors, and see what you like. That helps a lot, because then you can go out there and try to, if you like it, you normally go out there and buy the same colors. A rulebook helps too. I mean, if you have it. If you don't have it, you don't have to buy it. It doesn't have that many paint tips in it, but it still has some great pictures and a little bit, of certain tips like flocking bases and so forth, to add that extra, realism to it. If you have it, bust it out and look at it or read it if you're not really sure. Look at these transfers are great. All transfers are here's the Eldar transfers, for instance. They're just a bunch of stickers that you cut them out. For instance, I cut out there's two right here. I think they're war spider stickers. Just cut them out. You wet them. Like for so long, maybe 30 seconds or so, and then you apply them to your models, and that really stands out. It really does. Here, I'll show you an example. Here's a Wraith Guard, and you can see I threw some of those on his head. Threw one on his head and we threw one down here. This is my brother's actually, but it adds detail and so forth, and it looks great. It looks more real. That's what it's all about. Here's a Wraith Lord. I say Wraith Lord? No. Yeah, this is Wraith Lord. The other one was Wraith Guard. And this one has more, more to it, but it still has same things apply. It has a lot of transfers and so forth on its head and on its legs. It just adds more detail and just makes it more interesting. Other than that, I can't really think of anything, but like I said, flocking helps too. And all that is you buy a bag of just a flock. You can get that at your hobby stores or somewhere, and it's like $4, maybe $6 or so for a bag of it, and it goes through a lot. And all it is, for instance, is it's this little like grass that you can see down here on the base, and you just apply it with glue, and it holds and looks great. So hopefully those are some tips that might help you out. If you have any questions or anything, send me a message or post a comment or something, and I'll talk to you guys soon.